Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Divorce court is finally in session in Port Charles. If you missed General Hospital today, Wednesday, June 4, 2025, here is a recap below. The Metro Court pool is open and ready for another summer of fun. Kai Taylor, Jens Ostrin Astrup, and Trina Robinson, Tapiana Ali, are ready for a dip, and Emma Drake, Braden Bruner, meets them there. Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, arrives shortly thereafter, and Emma sees as she walks over to a table where Professor Henry Dalton, Daniel Goddard, Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda, and Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, are all making small talk. Henry explains that Joss is his new research assistant, and Sidwell asks her to join them. Henry talks a bit about his research until Joss is called away. Sidwell leaves as well, and Jordan tells Henry that she would love to read about his research. He says that it is still hush-hush and not ready for public scrutiny, while locking eyes with Emma. Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, is struggling after finding out that he is Gio Palmieri's, Giovanni Mazza, father. Gio wants nothing to do with him, and it reminds Dante of when he learned that Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, was his dad. He visits Sonny and apologizes for how he acted towards him 20 years ago. Sonny doesn't need the apology because they worked through it, and that's all that matters. Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, also spends a little time with Sonny, who feels like all that he can do at watch as his family falls apart. He can't help Gio or Dante to fix things, and he is furious with Lloyd Cerullo, Rena Sofer, for lying to everyone. They are still family, but he is rightfully angry. Gio walks into the Quartermaine kitchen to find Brook Lynn Quartermaine, Amanda Seton, Lois and Gloria Cerullo, Ellen Travolta, fighting over him. He asks Brook Lynn if her family made her give him away, and she tells him that it was her choice. Lois once again tries to explain that BLQ wanted him to have a better life than the one that she could have given him at the time. When he doesn't buy it, Gloria jumps in to yell at him. BLQ has a light bulb moment and asks if they pressured Camilla on her deathbed to keep the secret. Lois says that Camilla didn't want to die, leaving Gio feeling unloved, so she agreed to stay quiet. Eventually, Brook Lynn has had enough, and she throws both Lois and Gloria off the Quartermaines' estate. After they leave, Lois stops at Sonny's to ask him to keep an eye on Gio while she's gone. Gio tells BLQ that no one wanted him, and now the feeling is mutual. Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, begins her day being questioned by her newest employee, Marco Rios, Adrian Archando, who suggests that she might be in some sort of money laundering trouble and offers to help. She insists that the Dolos Fund is credible and that she knows what she's doing. She then gets a call from Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, suggesting that she come to court because her always unpredictable daughter, Christina Corinthos, Kate Monsey, is on the witness list. Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, is terrified as she arrives in court with Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, and her mother, Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros. Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, storms past Drew, and then doubles back to apologize because she doesn't have any ketamine to give him. Sasha Corbin, Sophia Matson, is off to the side with Jason, worrying that Rick somehow knows that she is carrying Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, baby. Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, who is representing Michael, tells the judge that Willow turned down a $5 million settlement, and Rick interjects that his client can't be bought. Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, is the first witness to testify on Michael's behalf. She details the video of Willow and Drew having sex in the nursery that was shown during the Quartermaine Christmas party, and everything that followed after it. Harrison Chase, Josh Zwickard, is called to the stand to demolish Willow's character. He confirms that they were once married and that she cheated on him with Michael. Alexis shows up and drags Christina away before she can be called to testify. She is furious, but Alexis drives home the point that she has to do whatever she says in order to stay out of jail. Dante is next to testify, and he explains that Michael was not the intended target of the firebombing. Rick then makes him read part of Michael's criminal history out loud, and Dante explains the circumstances of his involuntary murder charge. Michael was trying to protect his mother and baby sister from Claudia, who was accidentally killed. Joss arrives at the last minute and details all of Willow's bad decisions while Michael was seeking treatment for his third-degree burns. Tracy follows Joss and explains that she views Michael as the linchpin and future of the Quartermain family. She admits to being charged with kidnapping Whaley and Amelia after a lot of prodding by Rick. Port Charles rarely sees a quiet day, and Monday, June 3, was anything but that. Romance simmered, old tensions exploded, and a new mystery took root that could change more than one life. If you thought things were finally settling down after the wedding drama, think again. Let's dive into the tangled web that is General Hospital. Dalton eyes Emma, but why? Emma Scorpio Drake was back in town for what was supposed to be a peaceful summer, reconnecting with old friends and family. But peace is not a Port Charles specialty. Fresh from a coffee date with Jocelyn, where they reminisced about high school days and post-college dreams, Emma's afternoon took a sharp turn when she ran into Dalton, mysterious, charming, and not quite what he seems. Dalton, who's still a question mark to most of Port Charles, was reading at the Metro Court rooftop when he accidentally spilled his drink near Emma's lounge chair. Cue the casual introduction, the flash of interest in his eyes, and that quiet undertone that said this was no coincidence. Their conversation started harmlessly, talk of books, internships, and Emma's work in pediatric medicine, but it quickly took a strange turn. Dalton asked pointed questions about her family. Your father's a neurosurgeon, right? And your mom, she's law enforcement. That raised an eyebrow for Emma, but she laughed it off. He was attractive and engaging, if a bit intense. But later, as Emma left, Dalton made a call. She's back. Looks like the Scorpio blood runs strong in this one, he said into the phone. Yes, I'll keep watching her. Who is Dalton really watching Emma for? And what's the connection to the Scorpio family? Brook Lynn reaches her breaking point. At the Quartermain mansion, all hell broke loose, and it was about time. Brook Lynn, now officially Mrs. Harrison Chase, has been trying to balance her newlywed life, the pressure of ELQ projects, and constant meddling from both her mother Lois and grandmother Gloria. While their intentions might have started out loving, the pair's overbearing presence had been wearing thin for weeks. Monday's episode picked up right in the thick of it. Gloria reorganized the pantry again. Lois had invited a psychic into the sunroom, and both women insisted on planning a second wedding celebration in Brooklyn, whether Brook Lynn wanted it or not. Brook Lynn tried diplomacy. Man, Nana. I love you both, but I just want some space. Lois, waving a color palette for table linens, replied, Sweetheart, you only get married once. Well, maybe twice, but you should do it right. And Gloria, ever the dramatist, moaned, You're breaking this old woman's heart. That was it. Brook Lynn stood in the middle of the living room, her voice shaking, but strong. No, this stops today. You've steamrolled me my entire life, and I've tried to let it go because I love you, but this is my marriage, my home, and my life. I need boundaries, and if you can't respect that, you need to leave. Lois was stunned. Gloria looked like she might faint again, but Brook Lynn didn't back down. You both need to pack your things. You can visit, but you are no longer staying here. Even Chase, who had just walked in with Violet and caught the tail end of the explosion, was silent. Later, he gently told Brook Lynn he was proud of her. You set a line, and that's not easy. Not with them. Brook Lynn exhaled, but the relief on her face said it all. The Quartermain house might finally be hers. Carly and John Jagger Cates clash over Jason. Elsewhere in town, Carly and Jagger clashed again, this time in front of Sunny, who was watching from the shadows. Carly confronted Jagger at Kelly's after overhearing a conversation between him and Anna at the PCPD. She's convinced that he's keeping Jason from seeing his family and using him as a pawn in some high-level DOJ game. You think you're protecting him, but you're not, Carly snapped. You're turning him into something he's not. Jagger, calm but firm, replied, You don't know what Jason's seen. What he's done, he's not the man you remember. That's where you're wrong, Carly said. He is that man, and when he remembers who he is, you'd better hope he still wants to play nice. Their tension has been slowly building, and Monday's episode gave us just a glimpse of the fire that's about to blow. In the shadows, Sunny made a quiet call to Brick. Keep an eye on Kate's. Something's off. I want to know who he's really working for. Christina feels the weight of the pregnancy. At Charlie's, Christina tried to put on a brave face as she prepped for the bar's Pride Month kickoff event. But it's clear that being a surrogate for TJ and Molly is starting to wear on her emotionally. When Alexis stopped by, she immediately picked up on her daughter's stress. You're trying to pretend this is simple, Alexis said, placing a gentle hand on Christina's arm. But giving life to someone else's child, it's never just clinical. Christina confessed she'd been feeling unexpectedly attached to the baby. I know what I signed up for, but it's harder than I thought. Meanwhile, Molly and TJ were across town picking out nursery paint colors, completely unaware of Christina's emotional shift. This storyline is building toward a difficult decision, and Monday made it clear. Christina's heart is getting involved, whether she likes it or not. Anna and Robert dig deeper into Pikeman. The case against Pikeman is heating up. Anna, fresh off her argument with Carly, met with Robert at the Metro Court to share her latest intel. Pikeman's shipping routes are being rerouted through Canada, and there's an unnamed player involved, someone with high-level clearance. Robert suspects Jagger might be the link, especially given how tightly he's holding on to Jason. You don't control an asset like Jason Morgan unless you're scared of losing something bigger, Robert mused. Anna agreed. If Jason's in danger, it's not just from enemies, it might be from his own handlers. Their conversation was cut short when a text came through on Anna's secure line. Move fast. There's a leak in your department. Looks like things are about to explode again. Curtis makes a move. At the Savoy, Curtis Ashford was back in his element, walking the floor, checking the books, and reconnecting with old regulars. But his mind wasn't entirely on business. After a conversation with Trina earlier in the day, he seemed to be reconsidering how he wants to spend his time and who he wants to spend it with. He dialed a number and left a message. Hey Portia, can we talk? Whether that's a reconciliation, a closure moment, or something in between remains to be seen. But Curtis seems ready to face the emotional fallout of the last few months, and maybe, just maybe, start over. Final moments. As the episode wrapped, we were left with 3 haunting images. Dalton, watching Emma from across the street as she entered her grandmother's house. His lips curled into a half-smile as he whispered, She has no idea. Brook Lynn, alone in the Quartermain living room after Lois and Gloria stormed out. She took a deep breath, sat down on the couch, and smiled. For once, the silence was hers. And Jason, sitting alone in a dark hotel room, eyes scanning a list of names. His hand hovered over one in particular, Anna Devane. Coming up tomorrow. Jason makes contact with someone unexpected. Brook Lynn deals with the aftermath of her family standoff. And Emma finds something in her purse that wasn't there before. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.